not challenging when you do what you do for real. Absolutely. What do you do if you don't mind sharing? Hey, Tay. Aw, I missed you too. Thank you. I think my end goal, what am I really reaching for? It just allowed me to think a little deeper. So I hope you guys are doing the same, in your lives. A few of you are already like well into careers that I know on this feed. So I commend you on that, because a lot of the stuff that I see here is like purpose driven that you guys are in. But for those of you that are not and that are still searching, I think this is the time. Make it happen. Speedro, what's up? Yeah, we all fell off in January. Definitely. I think the universe just kind of shook us up, and it was a wake up call, kind of like dig deeper into yourself, wake up and really do what, or look within yourself, dig deeper to figure out what is it that you're meant to do, stop living just a day-to-day life, like make everything that you do a little bit more personal and intentional, make sure that your interactions with other people are more fulfilling than just existing. You get what I'm saying? Because when you're gone, all you leave here is memories, not the things that you're chasing, not the fear of oh my God, I gotta get this dollar, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Like none of that matters when you're gone. All people have to hold on from you is your memories, what you leave with them, every interaction that you have with them. So I vowed myself this year to do different things, to be in different environments, to pay attention more and more how I am when I connect with people. Even if it's a stranger, what are you leaving them with? You got to think about these things, even if they're not connecting with you on that level, you still have to be aware of how you're putting out your energy towards other people, period. So I believe that, living more of a faith-filled life than being fearful, will take you far. Does anybody have anything to say? I did type over here to type one word that describes your year so far, just to kind of gauge like if anybody was really having like a good year versus a messed up year. Where are you now in, the beginning of March? What does it feel like for you at this moment? Also, another thing that I've been reflecting on is that, like, sometimes people could get stuck in a place of not really believing in themselves. And I think we could get weighed down with life, weighed down with situations that we grew up in. Things that you're not even paying attention to, but it's just built up within you, and it kind of makes it hard for you to focus on a real vision, on a real purpose, on doing things, so you have to dig deep within yourself enough to know when you're not operating at your best. A lot of people don't pay that much attention to themselves. They kind of push their blame outward instead of looking inward, as to why they're in a certain place in their life, as opposed to understanding that a lot of this stuff is coming from within you. Make your career what you love to do and your work a simple necessity to drive that career. I agree. If you love what you do, it won't feel like work. Your passion will drive you. Of course, there's going to be times where you're not going to feel passionate because you may feel frustrated, but the fact that you love what you do so deeply, you'll always regain that same energy to, come back and do it. Hence this, me coming back to do this live. Like this is just the Instagram portion, but like my vision is a lot deeper than this. I just use this to kind of keep me a little sharp, just to see how I interact with people, just to see how I can probably answer random questions or whatever just on site. But, my vision is coming along. It's getting deeper. I'm not totally clear, but it's coming along. And another thing that I wanted to mention was that don't be afraid to do. Just do and start whatever it is that you are trying to do. Whether you're trying to start a business, you want to probably make another step into another career, don't be afraid to step forward and do those things. I think there's power in just doing. Like sometimes we get caught up in wanting to be perfectionists behind things, or we'll sit there and look like we don't have the resources that we need, or it costs too much, or every which reason that could stop you from doing what you really want to start. Don't get caught up in that. Just do. And I feel like once you start doing it, more answers will meet you on the other side. So don't be afraid to just start what you want to do. Don't worry about those little things that aren't right now. I'm a Virgo. I'm like big on being a perfectionist, but I had to realize, like, you know what? Sometimes you just got to take the first step. Take the first step and let the pieces fall where they may. Having more gratitude. Yes, that's more of a lesson. I think waking up with an attitude of gratitude every day is essential. Like first thing in the morning, waking up is thank you, God, for allowing me to open my eyes, to breathe another breath, just to see another day. Thank you that I'm waking up to a household, that I have food to eat, that I have a job to even go to. Just those simple things are the first things that you could actually just get into the mode of gratitude, period. Because there's a lot of things that people don't have, and those are the simplest things, just you having a bed, you being able to wake up under a roof, So you start with those things early in the morning. Make that your first thing, and I think you can continue to do that throughout your day. Yes. So what's up, Miss Tay? How's everything? Hi, sweetie. How's everything? Let me get a word from you guys. Talk to me. What's good? All right. So, anything you want to go over or anything that's been pressing? Good. So happy you're back at it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, boo. I appreciate that. I got to get my feet wet again. Yep. So, what's up? It's only us on here, so I'm not going to really pay attention to that. Transition. You've been going through a transition. What kind of transition? Like, are you transitioning from fear to faith? Are you transitioning from seeing one way versus another? Give me a rough draft on that, just so I can see, so I could talk into that. Yeah, but we shouldn't be hiding our assets behind our fear. We should always be moving forward in fear to faith. Oh, okay, yeah. Much. Don't be afraid. You're one of the people that I know to really be I don't see you as a fearful person at all. I don't know what you may be fearing on the inside. I think we all have our personal fears, but all I could say is just, if you know who you are or know what you know about yourself, you know that you're a miracle. And you don't need to fear anything. Seriously. Like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You just need to move forward. You survived all these years of your life and probably survived stuff that people don't even know about, and you're still here. And sometimes you have to take the time out to think back and reflect on all of the things that God brought you through. We sometimes forget that, to really see how strong we are. Like, you're a lot stronger than you probably think you are at this current moment. You've been through a lot. Hey, Poppy! My guy, how are you? Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna let the man of the hour in, because he always comes to infiltrate. But this is my guy right here. He's ready to talk, so I'm gonna let him steal the show for a bit. Hold on. You're welcome, Tay.
Steal a show? What you talking about?
Come on, you know when you come in, you always drop the gems for us, and I appreciate you coming through.
I'm late. Let me please.
You're late. You just popped in and you sent the request. You didn't even wait.
Feel me? Nah, I saw your face. I was like, I got to join you.
Door kicking the 4-4. What's up?
Kicking the dough. What up, sis?
You came in quick. What's up, man? It's always a pleasure when you're around. Yo, you know what, people? Back. I want to get some. Nah, I'm gonna hold that question for a second. I'm gonna just let you. No. I was gonna ask them a question, but I got a lot of.
Go ahead.
Nah, I got a lot of reviews on me and you. You know, possibly doing something together. So I just want to know how many of y'all are with it. How do you like our personalities together?
Okay, so I'm just not reading the topic because, you know, black people.
So the topic is literally, let me fill you in. The topic is really moving from fear to faith. I was just reflecting on the whole new year, how it's been challenging. It's been fearful for some people. It's been good for some people. A lot of people feel like they're in transition. Some feel like they're growing. Some are fearful, you know, and I was spreading some light on how you got to believe in yourself and understand how much you've been through already. You know, like you are stronger than you actually give yourself credit for. You know, so, you know, a lot of us are grown. A lot of us been through hell and high water, and sometimes we forget that. And sometimes you have to sit there and reflect on everything God put you through just to remember that you're strong and you shouldn't be afraid to do certain things.
Big facts. Flip, what up? Iris, what up? Yeah, I got something to say about that. We often reflect on the things we've been through. Hell and high water. That's the beginning, y'all. That shit ain't happening to you. It's happening for you.
Absolutely.
You know, the grand architect don't make no mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, who... You wouldn't have known where you would be at now, 10 years from now. I mean, for those that do, God bless you. Like, yeah. Haitians call that éclairé. But, you know, just enjoy the journey. A lot of us are, like, kind of focusing on destinations. And destinations are very, terminal, very, like, the end. You feel me? And it's not really the destination, it's the journey. It's the journey you got to focus on. You got people that's, okay, their destination, their goal is... I mean, it's cool to have goals, but I feel like goals are kind of counterproductive. I feel like the main goal should be infinite instead of definitive. The infinite goal should be evolving to a better version of yourself versus attaining things that you could lose. Like, people have at 30, I want to be married. At 25, I want to own a house. At them shits, we've been lied to, bro. I don't know where we got
That's kind of what I was just saying in the beginning.
I don't know where we got these false sense of direction. Like, these are learned behaviors that we have adopted.
I think these behaviors are learned because, well, it's not really behaviors, but the fact that everything is so visual now with social media, a lot of people do a lot of comparison instead of just being authentic in themselves. You know, like, don't forget, just because people look good, that don't mean they really doing good. That don't mean that they doing better than you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could be in so much of a better place than that person that's fronting online. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, they don't even have to be online. Some people are fronting in your face in the street.
That's how it's always been. Like, you see, like...
Exactly. That was before social media.
That's why the kids wanted to be dope dealers, because the dope dealers got the fresh cars and the girls and the jewelry. And you see the woman. You know, it's certain things we would see and we would want to attain it. But like I was saying, we have this false desire to attain things outside of ourselves when the real jewelry is in us. Like, Kendrick said it best. I got my jewelry in me. I ain't got it on me. So I think that we sometimes look past our self worth and determine our worth by things that we attain externally. And that's also goals. Like, it's okay. I'm not, parting the bags, brother Ty. But
Yeah.
no man, I ain't get to hit makeup before set. But it is
My
what I
bad.
see. Yeah, you ready? Yeah, the
You make
background.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you obviously did not miss it. But I didn't get to put one of my filters on. We do have filters, but I see it. But anyway,
We don't need any filters. Let's not
me,
lose track.
yes, you know me. I go. Anyway, so
Back to
yeah, the faith is really believing in yourself. God is in you. God made you in God's image, and God is in you. So once we tap into that higher being of self, then our our new goal is evolving. Like, I saw something that it was impactful, and I say that to everybody that I care about. Like, don't commit to me, commit to evolving, and I'll meet you there. So I think the goal should be constant growth, and growth is pain. It's painful. You go to the gym, you're trying to grow new muscles. That shit is painful. You're trying to, but guess what? Some people want to take the shortcut. Because here, you got to doctor this and you got to doctor that. Here's a shortcut for this. You want to have generational wealth. Here's a shortcut to get that. That should it probably land you in jail. You go get a surgery, that should land you in the
shortcuts do
hospital.
not work. And let me tell you, people, shortcut are for the lazy. If you want the real groundwork, you have to grow through your journey.
They can't
You
take that
have
away from you.
You can't. Like, you could take a shortcut, you're going to end up right back where you started.
Facts.
Because you did not take the necessary steps to actually become the person that is sustainable enough to obtain the blessings you're looking for. You have to become this person. Certain blessings will not land in your hands if you don't know how to take care of them. Right. This is why a lot of people go through revolving doors as a person, because it's like you keep looking for something that you're not ready for. You have to become ready.
Yeah, you have
no
to be.
Pace, no speed. Facts.
Yeah, just like you were saying, is you have to be in a place to receive. You have to be in a proper place to receive these things. Even with somebody drop like this conversation right here, if somebody's not in a proper place to receive it, it's gonna bounce right off them, or they're gonna take it as something negative. So, like I said, man, just where you at right now is where you need to be. Where
Agreed.
you at right now in this very moment is where you need to be, and then you start from there. That don't mean that's where you're gonna end up, but it's where you need to be, because it's a message being told to you in some shape or form or fashion. And if you ain't awake to it, you're gonna stay there. You're just gonna stay there. You know what I mean? And we have infinite abilities, especially those that are blessed with, melanin. We have infinite abilities to become whatever it is that we want to do. Like, I've seen paraplegics being told that they can't walk again, and they move. I've seen people that say,
yeah, they'll tell you a lot, but God speaks louder. So,
so just like I said, man, once you start realizing, and unfortunately, a lot of people aren't gonna feel you when you start making it about yourself. When you start focusing on yourself, people go, you changed. You done got did it. You changed. Yes, I changed a lot.
He wasn't supposed to be the same. No.
Word. No. So, you got to leave a room to get to the next room. You got to leave. Facts, what up? You got to leave a room to enter another room. Word. Small world, right?
Yeah. That's grade school right there.
Yeah, okay.
Go way back.
Okay. He probably don't know you family. You my family.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
that's definitely grade school.
Yeah. So that's a good topic. I like this. Fear to faith. The fear is the unknown. Like, stop. It's all right. It's totally fine. It is totally fine. You can't control. You know what? there's a saying that a lot of people are opposed to because they don't understand the real meaning of it. What up? The saying is, slap me on one side of my face, turn the cheek, right? And people tend to think that it means to just make the other side of your face available to get slapped. No, it means to switch to southpaw. It means
We're talking about the southpaw again. The southpaw came back after last year.
Southpaw is come on, you heard? I can't hit you this way, I'm gonna hit you that way. But at the end of the day, you can't control what somebody attempts to do to you. You can't control how other people think, how other people view you. But you can control the position that you play in that situation. So if you are being abused, you can't control the abuser. That is swimming upstream to try to make the abuser to stop abusing you. You have to no longer choose to be a victim. You gotta switch positions.
I'm sorry. I don't want to call somebody out on this feed right now, but me and somebody just had this conversation literally. So it's like confirmation as you're saying this. But that person is definitely on this feed. Like we literally just had this conversation. Go ahead. I just want that to be some confirmation. Come on, you can't be freezing up on me. Get your
hating. IG.
Let's go.
IG was hating. IG was hating just now. My shit froze. You know.
You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta you can't keep sitting there blaming other people for the position that you in. Like you have to have the courage to say, you know what was I doing in that situation? Like if somebody slapped the shit out of me, right? The first emotional reaction is a few things. Either I beat the motherfucker's ass, or I cry, and another thing we do is we tend to try to figure out why this person's doing what they're doing to us, right? But the first question should be, what was I doing that made me available to get slapped? And how can I change that? Because you busy focusing on how you change somebody else slapping you. There's somebody else watching how they slap you. And like, oh, I'm next. I can't wait to slap the shit. I'm next. And you're going to keep getting slapped because you keep being in the same position. So you got to switch your position.
Yes, and it goes back to me saying, like, you will not get to the next level if you do not switch up these lessons. You're going to keep getting slapped 3, 4, 5 times until you switch how you react to that 5th slap. But how many times are you going to allow yourself to get slapped before you switch how you react?
There you go. So turn the other cheek. That's what that means. That's what that means. It don't mean, be helpless and defenseless and all that. It means switch up.
Yeah. Turn up. Get on your good foot.
Get on your good foot. Word. Like, you just going to keep being available. Somebody will keep playing you. Like, you come home,
and then you're mad. You're mad that somebody's playing you when you're actually have the door wide open for it to happen. Like,
you teach
it's
people.
Not their fault. They are who they are.
You teach people how to deal with you.
Exactly.
So you know what? If you keep walking down this road and you get your ass kicked down that road, and and another thing too is, here's another thing now. And I hate to because I know you like this. That's where we work out, because you like to stick to topic. I be all over the place.
I know, and I want you. We're gonna have to train you on sticking to the topic. Like even if you're going to stray, implement the topic in this. Go back to
class. So we're gonna get up, and you gonna give me the left.
So it's like you go left, and I kind of bring you back. I reel you back.
Bring it on back.
I got you.
Bring it on back.
Nah, but you're pretty good. Like, you kind of elaborate very well on things. You know how to draw out pictures. So some people, that's their learning method. It's good that you do that.
Put the bad foot in someone ass. No facts. It's not always the answer.
Go ahead, say what you were saying, though. Say what you were saying.
Good foot in jail. You put your bad foot in somebody. Anyway, so what I was saying was we normalize certain situations because they become familiar. So when you allow yourself to when you subject yourself to certain treatment for so long, it becomes normal for you because that's your comfort zone. You know how to survive so to say, in it. So now when you're given other routes and other decisions, you're too afraid, fear to faith. Your fear, you begin to fear happiness because it comes with a responsibility. You have to choose it. Happiness don't come falling in your lap. You gotta choose happiness. And that's a very courageous choice to make because sometimes you got to step away from what you're familiar with. And some things that you're familiar with are toxic. And they include family, they include lovers, they include a lot of things. They include a fucking career. Like, you got to be able to say, yo, who are you to determine what my worth is per hour? It may be the environment is toxic and it's not, pertaining to making you grow spiritually or economically, and you got to make that real courageous choice to say, nah, I don't belong here. I know where I belong. And when you choose happiness, that's a very courageous choice, faith. So fear of choosing happiness, and then we tend to sabotage that happiness because we're so used to fear. We're so used to despair. You know what I mean? That's what you're used to. So you don't want happiness because it's like, I don't trust it. I trust how I'm being battered over here. I trust how I'm being abused over here because I know how to deal with it.
I don't think people don't want it. I think people are comfortable with what they know. And sometimes stepping over the threshold to happiness is fear of the uncertain. Like, people like to be in control. People like to hold on to an environment that they already know the devil in. You get what I'm saying? But just to turn around and be happy, it's like, it's so much better over here, but you can't see it. And the fact that you never experienced it, you don't think it's worth taking the shot on yourself to even make it happen.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole projection of, like, you can't be afraid of that. Like, you lived one way for so long, or you've been subdued to so many situations that you don't. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're conditioned, you're normalized in hurt, in pain, in fear, living in fear that being happy is not even comfortable. And I can attest to that because relationship wise, I've had my fair share of heartaches, whatever. But to me,
not you.
I'm human, okay, bro? I'm human. It happens. Calm down. I'm not that tough. I'm really not. And I don't know what this image is. I don't know what. Huh?
You're a superhero in my book, so you tell me you be having this human.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
that's a compliment.
It is. But it's the real deal. Like, when you tell me you go through these human things, I'd be like, you, not you.
You may sound like I'm an alien or something. Like,
we are.
We are aliens, but I'm just saying.
The Dogon tribe, but go ahead.
Yeah, human tribe. Period. We are the human tribe of aliens. But what was I saying? Yeah, we're so comfortable and conditioned in hurting or being in one way that, like, we really fear to step out and be happy. And like I was saying, in relationships, like, and I'm sure there's a lot of ladies that may feel this way. You meet a new guy and it's hard for you to allow yourself to let love in because you're used to hurt.
Go ahead. Hit it. That's what I was
talking about. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to be aware of yourself to the point that it's like, all right, is this guy genuine? He may have to go through a lot of hoops to make you feel comfortable, and it's not intentional that you want him to do that, but this is how high your guard is.
Is that fair for him, though? Is that fair to him that he got to go through what you allowed yourself to go through in your previous situation? Music had a song like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the right man for you won't look at it that way. I think the right man for you.
Though.
No, you can't say it's unfair. It's a wounded woman.
But remember,
it's a wounded woman. It's a wounded woman, and the right man for you is gonna understand. And we're not saying to beat the man up emotionally. That's not what I'm saying to you at all. I'm just saying, like, the right man will see that. He'll understand that. He may ask you, like, why are you this way? He may get to know more about you to understand, like, you know what, she went through a lot.
Yeah, but
I really love her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to
work in a proper place. But if you're not in a proper place, Listen,
what's the proper place? What do you mean?
Place, because okay, that right man could come around the wrong time. That you could be in a time that
then he's not the right man.
Even if he is.
Right
listen,
person, wrong time is not the right person.
But listen what I'm telling. Listen what I'm saying. No, you're just not the right woman. If you're wounded, you're just not the right person for anybody. When you're wounded, you're not the right person for anybody. You really honest. Here's the situation, man. We tend to say a relationship or somebody else is going to help us heal our wounds. That wound is your responsibility. Nobody else.
We didn't even go that far into it. First of all, I could be minding my business and the dude could come and holler at me. I'm wounded.
But you hot. What you want him to do? You hot. You outside.
No, but my point is, if I'm popping, I'm pretty, I'm walking out, I'm stepping out. I just probably broke up with somebody a year ago, and now I'm like, let me get back to me. Let me get out in the streets. I don't think there's certain things that you like. There's certain things that you don't know is going on inside of you until you're in a relationship with somebody.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because certain actions will bring an action out of you. Absolutely.
Sometimes you don't see them. Sometimes you're blinded by the relationship, and you don't see what's going on.
I'm saying
you're focused on somebody else's wounds and not your own.
Listen, I need you to step back, brother. I need you to step back and think outside of you right now.
I'm not. I am.
Listen. I need you to step back
outside of you too. You need to think outside of you. You know why I say you need to think outside of you? Because as soon as we spoke about not the right person, you automatically assume that it's the woman that's wounded and not the man.
Because you said it.
No, you said the right man. You said the right man. I was reflecting on what you said. You came up with the right man in her life.
Look, read the comments. He don't get it. You about to get virtually beat up.
I love it. I love it. It's what we here for. We can't agree too much. We agree too much. They ain't gonna come back.
Let me tell you. This is what's gonna make us fire, because we're gonna agree to disagree. But this is vital in every relationship. There has to be a compromise, and there has to be a certain level of understanding. We can't just both be bullheaded in our ways. Like when I'm talking to people, I strive to take myself out of this situation and listen to people. Unless if I know deep down in my heart what I'm saying is right, you just don't get it right now. And when you do, we're gonna rehash this.
Okay, let me make it more clear. I get what you're saying.
Okay,
but you also have to understand that it could also be another side to it. There are polar opposites to everything that exists. Negative and positive, there's different things. So like I said, sometimes you could be in a situation with somebody and you're so blinded by the role that you chose to take in that situation that you don't even take time out to patch your own wounds. Because you focusing on the relationship so much and their trauma, and their trauma becomes yours. And it's unfair. So sometimes a relationship does not fix everything that's going on with you. It comes back to the individual. I would like to empower the individual. All I
was saying, when you meet someone, you don't know certain wounds that you're holding until someone brings it to light.
My bad.
That's all I was saying. Do you agree? That's all I was saying.
You're right.
That's what I was saying.
You're right. Twin, you right.
That's all I was saying. Like, you don't know that. You need the relationship to kind of show you who you are.
I'm waving a white flag.
That's why we need each other. You get what I'm saying?
Of course you. That's the balance.
What I'm saying now is that the right person for you, he would see that. Depending on how you guys gel. If you're like a person popping off every 5 seconds, I'm not telling the guy to stick around. I'm expecting him to say, you know what, you're not for me. You too rowdy. You get what I'm saying? But if you're like a gentle, soft-spoken woman or whatever the case is, and he feels like, you know what, she's wounded, but she's really sweet. I could deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really like her. I'm going to rock with her. And I feel like the right guy for a woman or vice versa, you'll deal with that person because you care that much. To each its own. You probably, I don't know, not you, but I'm saying if it doesn't work.
No, I'm outside of myself.
I had to take away from you because I didn't want to project this as I'm speaking to you. I'm just saying generally speaking. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, Miss Crystal, she got the white flag.
She got the white flag. She said you was missing it.
Fun of me. She making
everything.
fun of me. It's okay. It's okay.
That's
okay.
it.
It's all right. I'm just like I said. I like to give different perspectives of it. That's why, it's always